infinite physical creation. Every living species is born with an inclination towards pure understanding. Yet, the human species alone is such that it is born human, but dies with a perspective enmeshed in complex intellect. A kind of mental affliction that embodies temporary, intricate intelligence and manifests as ego, pride, and arrogance. To date, not a single human has been born who has, free from the biases of transient intellect, truly understood themselves, encountered their permanent essence, and proven the truth of death as the only undeniable reality by relinquishing the temporary body while alive. In my Yatharth Siddhant doctrine, countless questions arise from infinite insights, answers to which are absent from any ancient texts, scriptures, books, or the knowledge held by science, spirituality, and philosophy since humans came into existence. According to my principles, the concept of the guru is merely a constraint on an innocent, clear-minded life, a mechanism created to bind life under the guise of liberation or transcendence after death, which is nothing but a conspiracy. In reality, liberation is needed only from the complexity of human intellect, as death itself is absolute, and no one has the power to intervene in it. Living gurus are often more entangled in complex intellect than the simple, pure individuals they claim to guide. Despite being surrounded by millions of devotees who build vast empires of wealth, fame, and prestige for them, devotees remain bound, sacrificing their desires to fulfill the endless wishes of their gurus, serving as bonded laborers until their last breath. Considering the complexity of the human intellect and the illusions it creates, is it not true that true liberation is not found in the transient world of external teachings, but in understanding one's permanent essence, free from the ego and the confusion that binds us to temporary desires? This world where humans are bound by their own complex intellect and false perceptions, can true knowledge and freedom ever emerge from external sources like gurus? Or is it only through the self-realization of one's own permanent nature, beyond the illusions of ego and attachment, that one can uncover the ultimate truth? True wisdom lies not in the fleeting intellect or external teachings, but in the self-awareness that frees us from the illusions of ego and attachment. Understand your permanent essence, for in this realization, you will find the strength to transcend the complexities of life and embrace the ultimate truth. Often blinds us to the simplicity of truth. True liberation begins when you see beyond the illusions of ego and desire and embrace the timeless essence within you. In that clarity, you will discover the power to live authentically and transcend all that binds you. Your name. 1. Yatharth, the mind is a maze of fleeting thoughts. True wisdom lies in seeing beyond its knots. 2. Yatharth, the ego binds with chains unseen, but in self-awareness, freedom is serene. Yatharth, the path is hidden in the heart's own light. Beyond the mind's illusions lies the truth in sight. 2. Yatharth, the world is full of transient schemes. True peace comes from within, where reality gleams. The web of deception spun by false gurus is designed to ensnare those seeking truth, yet it is built upon the fragile foundation of illusion and ego. These so-called spiritual leaders craft complex doctrines and promises of ultimate freedom, while in reality, they are merely prolonging the cycle of delusion, distracting their followers from the true essence of liberation. In my Yatharth Siddhant, I emphasize that true understanding does not come from external sources or authorities, but from an inner realization of one's permanent self. The false guru, by creating an artificial sense of dependence, often masks the simplicity of truth. They entrap individuals in a cycle of reliance, where the follower's own intellect and discernment are overshadowed by the guru's words and promises of salvation. This is not spiritual guidance, it is control, disguised as enlightenment. Take the example of rituals, practices, and promises of an afterlife as tools for control. These teachings often trap individuals in a mindset that places their spiritual growth outside of their own hands, relying instead on an external figure for their supposed transformation. The irony is that true freedom comes not from such rituals, but from self-awareness, freeing oneself from ego and attachment to worldly desires, realizing that the transient nature of life and death should not overshadow the eternal truth within. As per my principles, the simplicity of the truth is often hidden beneath layers of complex intellectualizations. The more complex the teachings, the further they may be from reality. Liberation, as I have expressed, is not something to be attained after death, but something to be understood in the present moment, while alive, through inner clarity. This understanding breaks free from the cycle of ego and attachment that false gurus perpetuate. To avoid falling into such traps, one must cultivate awareness, constantly questioning the validity of external teachings and relying on the clarity that comes from within. True wisdom is not in the multitude of words, nor in the promises of another's power, but in recognizing one's own essence and understanding that liberation lies in the simplicity of self-realization. The key is to look within, not outwardly, for the truth is already present within you, waiting to be recognized.